The Loom project draws together a series of historical threads, weaving, computing, and human narratives shared through words. The content of the project was inspired by a series of events, the birth of my daughter, my first child, in beginning of December 2004, and then 3 weeks later, the death of my mother in the Asian tsunami. My aim was to share these experiences through my work and to use them to transform the weaving of a fabric into an opportunity to celebrate and to grieve loved ones. The weaving of a textile would enable these experiences to be embodied in a lasting way. The loom is both the tool that was used to create the piece of work and also, in this context, a conceptual space that allows for a process of engagement to take place within the psyche of those participating. It also references my Persian heritage through my mother, who was herself a crochet designer.
But in pairs, you'll actually have this about 500 combinations going. And when you get to this bit, there'll be 50 variations.
So we're going to use the brighter blue and then the light blue as well. The development of the textile began a year before the show in collaboration with ASF Weave. Jon Bird and I worked with lead weaver Frederic Danielle to create the principles of the first textile. It had to be simple, abstract and beautiful. A 22-metre textile, which was created over 4 days at the ASF Weave studio in Arundel. It used information given live via the Loom website to weave the textile. Participants could contribute to this either from home or they could come to the installation to do so. A live video of the weaving taking place was streamed on the website, and participants were given an approximate time to log on and follow their own chapter of the textile being woven. The installation was constructed as a journey. You're drawn down the stairs by a red and gold ribbon, reds for birth and golds for death. An emotional fabric was created within the installation space. 500 people came to share and experience memories of both the dead and the living over the 4 days. The Persian-influenced palette was at the basis for the installation, which took the form of an underground triptych. It formed the physical interface through which people could contact and influence the loom as it was being operated. The birth space was designed to be a safe, intimate area, an invitation to visitors to participate in the live weaving via laptops or simply to write messages, wishes or thoughts onto ribbons inspired by the two people that they had in mind when entering. 18 pieces of information were received from each person, the name and date of one living and one dead loved one, and the 6 longitude and latitude coordinates of the location they were each born or died in. These were then mapped via a specially written system onto 18 organza ribbons. The information received dictated how the ribbons were woven under and over the fabric. Participants were then invited to take the ribbons and cross the sea, the ocean within, to the death or remembrance space.
I could see there were people further into the room behind the ribbons, but I didn't think I'd actually touch them or move through them at all.
Very deep, heartfelt
my
things.
younger
Death
sister
within
Sue.
Life within death. He had a difficult relationship with my mother.
I know what unconditional love means because that's what I feel about my dad.
Shimoni is very sad without him, but I think he needs to get better.
So I've had his being in a graveyard and reading inscriptions on tombstones.
It's about celebrating life, I think, and alongside creating something positive.
There was no public access to ASF Weave due to space restrictions, and therefore there was no publicly viewable loom, so we designed a chamber that would spatially represent the process of weaving personal narratives into the textile. This included a projection of the live video stream of the weavers as they worked.
I can't think of another time that I've actually had an emotional response to art. In recent years, anyway. I don't think it's something lacking in me. I think it's I was able to find something very personal in this.